Next sort of. Right there. So those were two songs by, well, that one was called A Distant Call. The other one was Land of a Loss. And I thought they were both fairly fitting for what's going on with, of course, everybody under the sun knows what's going, well, they don't know what's going on, but, you know, they know about the Nancy Guthrie thing, or missing thing. Yeah, so I found Brian Enton talking and showing a video, an actual video on News Nation of the blood trail. It's pretty alarming. It's quite a bit right outside the door. He also states that there were no cameras inside the house, but there are outside. So I'm sure they're looking at that. I'm trying to figure out how I want my hair today. Do I want a little bit of bang? No bang? What on earth do I want? But yeah, so, ow. Hi, Genevieve Kelly. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. So, and then TMZ, you know, which is pretty reputable at this point, right? Is saying that they know about a ransom note. It's actually they received a ransom note. That was the wording. I thought that was weird. With Nancy Guthrie's clothing, a dollar amount, and something else. But like Mr. Enton said, who knows if it's real? I don't really think, I don't know. I wouldn't think they'd be like, oh yeah, we have captive here and she's wearing such and such. No, it's usually just about money, right? So I'm not really believing the ransom note thing. I also want to state and feel that I don't think it has anything to do with family or a caretaker or anything, and I'll tell you why. Somebody said in a chat that somebody tried to exit through a 92-year-old man's sliding glass door a few days back. So I am going to go on the almost assumption, more than speculation, that this is random. This is somebody that knows, right, that there's money, nice houses, possibly a retired couple or something. I think, well, anyway, and then I'm going to show another video where that sheriff that keeps talking, he literally said if she made it out alive. It kind of slipped out because the reporter was saying, so what do you think? And he's like, and he got all choked up and was almost crying. So what I think is this. I think there's an incredible, nearly murder scene inside that place. For all we know, she was possibly MURDERED in there. Now, I'm going out on a limb and saying this because also at 4 a.m., her pacemaker stopped syncing with the Apple device. That's not good at all. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I don't think this was a pew-pewing. I think it was an STABBING with the amount of BLOOD. I also think that it's not anybody she knows. It's what I think. I think it's random. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I can't imagine being on a plane and flying, right? She's in New York a couple days ago, clear across the United States, worried sick about your mom. Apparently, she just had her on her program around Thanksgiving, or maybe it wasn't Thanksgiving, in November. So she was on that Today Show with her mother just a couple of months ago too. While I'm thinking of it, and there's no judgment here or anything, but the lighting is nil. Like this lady reporter said, it was pitch black. I don't know. I would not want to be living, even if I wasn't elderly, out somewhere in the dark like that. So yeah, so it's really something, and I mean, if they don't find her or they find her deceased in any way, I mean, is she gonna go on and be on the Today Show all smiley and do that? Is she? Her life will be forever changed. And then, of course, I think about myself a little bit too, knowing that my mom passed in exactly 6 more days. It'll be a year, or is today the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd. So in exactly 1 week. And in all honesty, she died of natural causes. Now, I'm not saying Nancy Guthrie is passed, but it's not looking good, you guys, at all. So I just don't personally believe there is kind of, well, there might be a ransom note because I just thought of this. When the sheriff was asked about it, he didn't just say no. He didn't say anything. The reporter said he just sort of skipped and glossed over that question. Well, why would you do that? So that's kind of weird. So I think there might be some kind of something, but maybe not a note, right? Boy, those kids. You hear them? I mean, playing is wonderful and all that. It's the screaming I don't like. Yes, and she's been gone nearly 3 days, and as people keep saying, she needs some kind of medicine to stay alive. And of course, prayer is needed, but this just, I don't know. So yeah, okay, so I'm gonna get to these videos now, and do that, okay? Hi everyone, I hope I didn't miss anybody's name. I'm gonna, Messy Jessie, hi. It's also sad, I hope they find her, yeah. So, the ransom notes are a scammer trying their luck. Very well could be. Rent a ghost. Thanks. Thanks everyone for being here. It's really nice of you to hop in. You know, there's so many channels and things like this. I don't really see anyone but like the news covering it. Yeah, I'm Megan's Shenanigans now. And my eye's itching a little. I think I got the dark blue eyeshadow in my eye. Okay, so this is the video. I'm assuming the sound is good and things of that nature. I got Tulip hanging out. Tulips! What's Tulips doing? Look at Tulips. What you doing, Tulips? Are you doing cleans? Whoops. What's happening? There we go. You doing cleans? You taking a bath? All right, enough of that.
We shift back now to Arizona. We're hearing from police today who appeared no closer to finding Nancy Guthrie. Pima County Sheriff was out earlier, appeared at an update and appeared more hesitant to share information about the search for the missing Today Show anchor's mother. We learned a lot about what the authorities do not know now. They don't know where she is. They don't have DNA evidence to indicate suspects. And they don't know if the crime is random or not. As I bring in senior national correspondent Brian Enton live in Tucson, I do want to get into this issue of ransom note, which you and I talked about last hour. Not any confirmation of a note from authorities by any stretch, but a confirmation that they're aware, Brian, that there are reports of a possible note, right?
Yeah, so we asked about it at the press conference, Connell, and the sheriff kind of dodged the question about whether there had been any demand for a ransom, basically just said that they're continuing to look into everything. Now there has been this TMZ report where TMZ is indicating that they actually received a ransom note related to the case, and the specifics they gave are that there were specific like clothing information that Nancy Guthrie was wearing, and also specifics about certain things inside the house, and that there was an actual dollar amount that they were asking for. We have no idea if this is legit or just some like crazy person emailing TMZ, but this is interesting, Connell. This is now out on the sheriff's office website. They say, we are aware of reports circulating about possible ransom notes regarding the investigation into Nancy Guthrie. We are taking all tips and leads very seriously. Anything that comes in goes directly to our detectives who are coordinating with the FBI. So again, they are not really confirming or denying whether any of these ransom claims are legit, Connell.
And more FBI involvement, right, at that news conference today, at least, you know, in their presence. And they were reluctant to speak yesterday, but maybe even more so today about details, right?
Yeah, they seem to be much, much more tight-lipped today, Connell, in terms of just the vibe from the sheriff. He gave a lot more information yesterday. We were actually able to just walk up to the house, and we just got some new video, which I'm hoping to get to you soon. But it's pretty disturbing when you get up to the front door of the house, Connell. You can now see blood, like a blood trail coming out of the front of the
Why
house,
is it not?
which is something that we're seeing for the first time now that the crime scene is cleared. We
Should
can get a
be
little
taped
closer.
off,
And
right,
the
you
other thing we
guys?
noticed, which I had reported earlier, is that the ring. Here we go. This is the new video. Look at this closely, Connell, because this is the first time that we're seeing this. But you can see right there. See the blood? There's blood outside the front door very clearly. And then you'll notice the ring camera is also missing. And I asked the sheriff about that, and he said they're looking into it. Whether did the perpetrator pull the ring camera off when they were leaving? He said that's still under investigation.
Does it stand out
Probably.
to you that you're able to do that? That this is not still secured as some sort of a crime scene, that they're allowing people to walk up, or that the family is now back, right, controlling the home rather than the police? And there's the blood again. Wow.
Yeah, there's the blood again. It surprised me.
It's
I mean,
pretty
in other,
big drops, too.
crimes I've worked, they'll keep a whole house closed off with crime scene tape for a week while they're still investigating. And we asked the sheriff about it. He said, look, they are done processing the house. They released it to the family yesterday, and it appears right now there's no one home.
Wait, did it just end like that? So yeah, there you go.
First this hour, it's Charlie Kirk's alleged killer Tyler Robinson, who's back in court. So his...
All right, so there's that one. Disturbing. I mean, you guys, those weren't teeny little specks like when you I don't know, not blow your nose, but you cut a finger. Those drops were like, I mean, they looked fairly big enough size to me. Okay, so that just ended boom like that, apparently. And then I also want to show there's a family just a few days ago, Choc family, CHOC, a mother, a teenage daughter, a little boy, all taken from their mobile home. And there's blood inside their mobile home. And they're missing. And this is in Alabama. So I'm not just going to show news clip after news clip of Nancy Guthrie. I already told you guys what I've heard, what we know. Also, unless there's pertinent news, breaking news of something, to find her or the perpetrator. He said the sheriff isn't going to do another press conference till Thursday in another video that I saw. So here's this. This iPad's a little slow.
So right now, Local and federal agents are urgently searching for a mother and her 2 children.
This is
Last
sad.
seen more than 72 hours ago. Sheriff deputies say they are investigating a crime. Exactly what happened on Ben Hamilton Road in Theodore is unknown. Shelby Myers went to that area today. The home has been deemed a crime scene. Shelby, do the family members have an idea of what could have happened?
No, they don't, Lenise. This is a very curious case, and time is of the essence. I spoke with the oldest daughter, who's been driving every day over here from Panama City since she learned her mom and siblings were missing on Friday. She's distraught and is praying they are found safe. Lorena sprinkles holy water around her mother's home, praying she and her siblings will be found. The family was last seen at this rental home on Ben Hamilton Road Friday afternoon around 3 p.m.
I thought it was a trailer.
Why is all of this happening? I don't understand. What do they want?
A friend translated this interview for Lorena, who doesn't speak English and did not want to show her face in our interview. Lorena lives in Panama City, but has been driving here daily to search for any clues. She tells us she doesn't know why anyone would want to harm her mother, Aurelia Choc, or her 17-year-old sister, Norika, and 2-year-old brother, Anthony.
What do they want from us? We don't have nothing. She only worked daily just to be able to, survive in life.
Sheriff's deputies say something bad happened in this home, and time is of the essence to find out where the family is.
There was blood throughout the house, but not large quantities of blood. There was obviously some kind of struggle based on the scene. There were, the mattress was gone. There was clothes, throughout the bedroom that appeared to be dumped out, and hampers missing.
The FBI and Homeland Security offering any and all resources to help find this family.
It's so weird.
Maurice and Kim Simmons say the family moved in more than 3 years ago, sending us these pictures as law enforcement took evidence from the home. They say Ariella doesn't have a car or drive, and they often help take the kids to school or run errands with them. Ariella is a painter for a local subcontractor.
But every day we would play with the children, we'd cook meals for one another, we'd share recipes, everything else. We go to doctor's appointments together. Anything that anything that your neighbor would do for you. If you had a good neighbor, she would do it for us, we would do it for her.
Maurice says he was the one who went into the home when nobody answered Saturday and found things in disarray.
So we called the police immediately.
Lorena says her mother and siblings' phones were left inside the home and pointed out that her sister Norika, a junior at Theodore High School, now has red hair, showing us this updated picture. She's pleading with anyone to come forward and help find her family.
Let me know where they are. Any kind of information, any detail, anything's gonna help. Please, all the community, help us out. Please, I beg you.
Investigators say they did question the father of 2-year-old Anthony. He was in Texas when the family went missing. Norika and Lorena's father passed away years ago, I'm told. Sheriff Birch wants to make this clear. This family is law-abiding and not targeted for deportation. Homeland Security is helping with the search and not looking to detain them. So it's very important, if you know anything about this family's disappearance, give deputies a call at 251-574-8633. And the family and friends stress to share this on social media so the further it gets out, more and more people can be looking for this family. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.
Gosh, it's just so...
Top 3 reasons why you're gonna love Solo Meal.
Come on. So yeah, that came up in my email 2 nights ago, and then of course, the Nancy Guthrie, right? Like everyone else, discussing it, trying to figure stuff out. Boy, awful. I do like my hair better. And this time, I did myself this time. Not all the other times I was being accused of, oh, you cut your own hair. No, the only thing I did was I evened out the line right here. And before, the hair was dipping down, almost laying, and it wasn't really looking quite right. Can you guys see that? I need to color it again one of these days. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it with tremors. I just took a piece and went like that, took a piece. I know not to put it in a ponytail because, whatever, but I think it turned out pretty good. Took me a while. I mean, we're talking just snippets off the bottom, but I wanted an even line, and I think it's definitely better. Because it's $25 a pop to get your hair cut at Great Clips anyway. So, thanks, Killing Time. Thank you. Well, I expected to see a big chunk somewhere. I even put my glasses on to make sure I could see okay. So thank you for that. I just couldn't take it anymore. It just needed to be evened out. This is called a French bob. I know I keep talking about my hair, but ever since I got a little bit of some insults on it, like, don't cut your hair anymore, and don't this and don't that. Well, I'm here to tell you a lot of actresses and models and just people out there get bobs, and young folk, So anyway, I like it. I guess that's all that matters, right? But thank you for that. So that story is really sad. I read the article in my People True Crime magazine about that, and in all honesty, it was a little bit of a different twist to it with the deportation thing. Maybe they've changed their mind or something. And also, you guys, that you heard the news reporter lady say that a mattress was missing. I mean, that's just not good either. I don't when things really look bad, they kind of turn out to be bad, right? Most of the time. Um, so this has a little more detail in it too, of like when they were last seen and things like that. That Choc family, CHOC. Um, Good Lord. Okay, so here it is. All right. This was just a few days ago. Okay. Family of 3 who mysteriously disappeared from home was likely taken against their will. All right. Now, it says here a 30-year-old man initially thought to be a person of interest was cleared after a police interview. Okay, I'm not saying this person is guilty, but I am saying that I've seen enough crime shows. What are those ones? Unsolved crimes. To know that a lot of times they have to go back to the interviews they did, and it's something they've overlooked. Again, we don't know. Also with the father's in Texas, but he could have had somebody do it. I'm not saying that's what happened, but a lot of times the husband or estranged husband, or maybe she wanted a divorce and they weren't living together and he was angry. I don't know. But so it says their names. We already heard them all. Aurelia, Nierka, and Anthony. This is in Mobile County, Alabama, and this happened on January 30th. The family of 3 were last seen around 3 p.m. on that day, January 30th. Okay, so we're looking at 31, 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago, almost. Police responding to a report of a suspicious disappearance on Saturday declared the family missing. Responding officials say there were signs of a struggle inside the home. We do believe the mother, daughter, and son were taken against their will, and we believe they could be in danger. And this is them again, and apparently the teenage daughter on the end there has red hair now, not black. That little boy and the mother. Okay, so the mother is 5 feet tall, weighs 140 pounds. She was last seen in a maroon jacket and tan joggers. The daughter has red hair now, 5 feet 1, weighs 100 pounds, was last seen in a black top and a pair of plaid pants. Anthony, the little boy, is 30 pounds, black hair, was last seen in a cartoon character hoodie and a pair of blue jeans. The sheriff's office said in its initial statement that it identified a 30-year-old male person of interest. The office said in a Facebook comment on Sunday that the person is known to the mother. On Sunday, investigators said in an update they spoke to the person, have cleared them as a suspect. I'm assuming it's possibly the dad. But yeah. Now, okay, I know what I wanted to show. I just remembered. Now we're going to scoot back to Savannah Guthrie because I wanted to show okay, do I have it on here? Okay, give me just a second. I thought I had it on here. All right, I gotta type it in. I'm pulling up the interview where the sheriff gets literally choked up. Fiddlesticks. I don't have it. Okay, I found it. Okay, I believe it's this one. I believe it's this one. So I'm going to play it and see if it's this one. Thanks everyone for being here.
The data, there's too much of it.
That's okay. Satisfy builds models.
Okay, this talks about the missing mom's pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple Watch. So this iPad's slow, but I'm thankful for it.
Shocking new details reveal that blood was found in the home of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie's missing 84-year-old mom, according to a report. With the local sheriff...
Come on, good grief. Now what? Why is it doing that? And now it's off? Oh, you guys. It's charged. Oh! What's happening? How weird. Okay, let me go to history and pull that up. Oh, and having tremors doesn't help. Bumping things and whatever, you know? All right, here we go. So this is the third day.
Shocking new details reveal that blood was found in the home of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie's missing 84-year-old mom, according to a report. With the local sheriff confirming that authorities fear a possible kidnapping or abduction, and becoming emotional in an interview while talking about the case.
Do you believe you are still looking for Nancy Guthrie alive at this point?
I don't, and you know, we're just not gonna give up hope. We hope she's.
What? It ended that quick?
Erosion prevention Construction and maintenance.
That's where she was kind of pushing it.
Let's see.
That's where she was kind of pushing it. So now they're just doing these silly commercials in the middle. Goodness.
Telltale for now, toxins. Gotta go, off gases. Well, it's there.
Shocking new details
Try it
reveal that
again.
blood was found in the home of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie's missing 84-year-old mom, according to a report, with the local sheriff confirming that authorities fear a possible kidnapping or abduction and becoming emotional in an interview while talking about the case.
Do you believe you are still looking for Nancy Guthrie alive at this point?
I don't, you know, we're just not gonna give up hope. We
See, that's
hope
why
she's
it doesn't sound good to me. So I guess it does just end right there like that. It's weird.
About Realtor.com. With over 500,000 new listings monthly, you can find your dream home today.
All right. See, I can't have other commercials on here. So let them fiddlesticks go through the second one. Oh, what a mess. And then it'll resume. Well, it should. Okay, maybe that's just the short one of it. Well, all right, let me find one that is long enough to explain some things here. Okay, it's loaded. I'm going through the silly commercials, or advertisements. Is everyone's day okay? My neck hurts. Ugh. I think I slept on my pillow wrong. Okay. They did a puppy commercial, then a kitten commercial. All right, this is 3 minutes long.
Blood was found in the home of Today co-host Savannah Guthrie's missing 84-year-old mom, according to a report, with the local sheriff confirming that authorities fear a possible kidnapping or abduction and becoming emotional in an interview while talking about the case.
Do you believe you are still looking for Nancy Guthrie alive at this point?
I don't. We're just not gonna give up hope. We hope she's out there somewhere.
So you still believe this is an active rescue mission at this point?
We hope so.
Law enforcement sources told the Los Angeles Times that the blood was found alongside signs of forced entry in her home, although it was not immediately confirmed whose blood it was. According to authorities, a relative made a 911 call around noon on February 1st to report Nancy Guthrie was missing after she failed to show up for a church service. She was last seen returning from dinner at her home in Catalina Foothills, north of Tucson, at around 9:30 p.m. on January 31st, authorities said. At this point, investigators believe she was taken from the home against her will, possibly in the middle of the night, Pima County Sheriff's Department spokesperson Kevin Adger confirmed to the LA paper. The elder Guthrie was not known to have illnesses such as dementia or Alzheimer's and was of good sound mind. However, she was described as being in not of good physical health. She cannot walk more than 50 yards on her own and is reliant on life-saving medication, a lack of which for 24 hours could prove fatal, making the hunt a race against time. On Monday, February 2nd, authorities confirmed the case was officially being investigated as a crime.
It is a crime scene. We know that. She is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the site.
He's walking back saying she was grabbed from her bed.
She did not leave on her own. We know that.
Her daughter, today, Savannah Guthrie, skipped the February 2nd Monday episode of the NBC Morning Talk Show. However, she shared a statement that was aired regarding her mom being missing.
On behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom.
The feds have since been looped in on the search, NBC crime reporter Tom Winter told the Today Show.
They were able to get out helicopters last night that use infrared cameras. They've got drones up. They've enlisted the help of the Customs and Border Protection. Obviously, not too far from the border there in Mexico. They have some special resources. The FBI is also aware of this case as well.
Nancy has made various guest appearances on Today over the years since Savannah joined the show in 2011.
She loves us, her family fiercely, and her selflessness and sacrifice for us, her steadfastness and her unmovable confidence is the reason any of us grew up to do anything.
They didn't even talk about the Apple thing. Oh my God. That's a really bad fight. That fight is in California somewhere at a casino. So, they were talking about her pacemaker literally stopping at a certain time, which, oh my God, what? Inside the heart-sinking moment, Savannah Guthrie found out her mom, Nancy, was missing. And there's a picture of her crying, but who knows if that isn't the real. Let me hit on this. They're not going to air that live. know she was going to jet off to Italy. I didn't even know that's where the Olympics were going to be. Okay, this is what I want to play. I finally found it. Goodness. Her pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple device pre-dawn Sunday, a Tuesday report said. As the search for the mother of NBC News star Savannah Guthrie reached into a third day. Okay, I mean, is this the same thing we just saw?
According to a report, with the local sheriff confirming that authorities fear a possible kidnapping or abduction and becoming emotional in an interview while talking about the case.
Do you believe you are still looking for...
All right, this is the one that we've already seen, but now... All right, so let me ask you guys. Her pacemaker stopped syncing with her Apple Watch. Oh, maybe that just means... What does that mean? Let me ask the chat, because I was assuming that that meant like it turned off. But if I think about what I'm saying, maybe she was being victimized, right, at that time, right? And is that what you guys think? What does that mean? Maybe somebody in my chat has a pacemaker. Thanks, Town Crier Official. That's so sweet. Putting in my Cash App and PayPal. Thank you. There's ADHD. Yo, Mary, he says. Where was it, Tina? Okay, let me go up because I'm not sure. Oh, you guys, I just got a headache, and I think it's because I haven't had any coffee today. It's my neck. I need to take some Tylenol. Genevieve says, I agree, it makes no sense unless she was, unalived or, and her body was taken to hide it. J012 says cat with a bunch of T's. That must have been when I was showing Tulip. She was doing her quiet little, she does almost like a purr meow quietly outside my door. Let's see if I can imitate it. She's like, excuse me. Hi, Lou Becker. Especially if she is on, oh yeah, blood thinners. Imagine what may be inside of the house. Corey Harrison says, whoa. There's Deb Vlogs. Hi, Deb. She says, hi, PCT. Just getting her, Tina. What do you think happened? Well, I don't know if you heard this part, if I already said it, but I think it's random. I don't think it's a caretaker. I don't think it's family of any sort. And part of the reason is in somebody's chat that was covering it, they said, and it was a woman, I mean, I don't think they're just trying to be whatever, said a 92-year-old man's sliding glass door was, somebody tried to break into that recently. So that's just what I think. Well, thanks, empathic veteran. My hair is cute. Thank you, you guys. Thanks so much. I heard a young girl testify today. ICE, oh my God, shot her 7 times and hit her car. Good grief. Oh, you guys, that's awful. All right. Tulips. Is Tulips asleep? Hi, Tulips. I wish, oh, I do. I have Tylenol in here. I just have to find it. There it is. My Tylenol. In case I get like a headache at night. Okay, do I want a few little wispies? Or do I just want it like that? I mean, who knows? All right, well, you know what? Let's just do this. I'm kind of curious. You guys think she's alive, especially after not having her medicine for 3 days? If you think she's alive, or maybe not alive, put a 1 in chat. I don't think she is. It's not cold, but it is what it is. I've got to get rid of this neck ache. It hurts. It's like my neck's popping when I just, oh my God. I have, what is it called? Arthritis in my neck, which I didn't know. It sounds like sandpaper when I go like this. Like I can hear it crackling and rattling. I went up to my daughter and I said, "Can you hear this?" She's like, "Ew, gross, get away from me." Oxycodone. Yeah, I was put on 800 milligram Tylenol when I pulled my lower back out once, about 10 years ago. All I did is bend down quickly to pick up a cat plate. And it just, I mean, I could hardly walk. Okay, so what do you guys think? Those are Tylenol. They're Tylenol. They're Tylenol. Red ones you can get and white because my neck hurts. They're Tylenol. You gonna go to the Seuss. The masseuse? A masseuse? You have Seuss. S-O-O-S. Sounds like your neck muscles are tight and need stretched. Yeah, it's $55 to go to the chiropractor. And I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'll go. And then I feel so good. And he's such a nice person. He does the little da-da-da-da-da-da-da, the hottish do-do-do, whatever it's called, thumper thing on my back, like through a towel. And I'm just like, oh, I'll be back. I think I usually always say in a month. And I mean it when I'm saying it. And then it's 2 years or 3 years until I'm hurt in some way. I don't know, probably worst case. Mary Jane Doe, you think it's worst case scenario? Well, I mean, we want to have hope, but all the signs are pointing to something really, really bad. So let me ask you guys, the chat, when it says that it's not syncing with Apple, that doesn't mean it's her pacemaker. That means that doesn't necessarily mean it stopped, because that's what went to my head the very first time I heard that. Oh, it stopped. But not necessarily, right? Anyone in chat know what that means? It just means it's right, that it was probably just moving around, not in sync. What does that mean? Anyone have a pacemaker attached to Apple? And that's the other thing. Are all pacemakers attached to an Apple device? Like, I don't know. My mom had a little pacemaker, but you also need to keep up with daily neck exercises. Yeah, I heard that, what was it? Going around like this isn't good for your neck. That's what I heard. But going down, coming up, oh my God, it hurts so bad. Doing this kind of stuff is supposed to be okay, but going around isn't good. I'm not sure. I don't think it means it went off. Right. I'll Google it. That's what I'll do. What does it mean? Or no? Meaning of when a pacemaker is not or goes off sync with Apple. Meaning of Apple not in Poopsie. Which one are you meowing? Is that sunshine or rain? That's sunshine? All right, I'll meaning of Apple not in sync with. She knows that we're talking to her. She stopped meowing. Yeah, she heard you say sunshine and me. I'm still live, but come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I will. If you see the mama kitty nearby, let me know. I don't like having too many kitties in here at once, because then things get knocked over. All right, I looked it up, you guys. I'm being frugal. No, not frugal. I'm being frugal means not wasting. I'm being proactive. Apple not in sync with pacemaker refers to a potential safety issue or a diagnostic mismatch caused by electromagnetic interference between Apple devices, specifically iPhone 12 and later Apple Watch and MagSafe accessories and implanted cardiac devices. Okay. Okay, well, that's not good. Why does it say avoid wearing a smartwatch to sleep? It says do not carry an iPhone in a shirt or jacket pocket over your chest. Oh, this is if you have a pacemaker, I suppose. Safety guidelines. Do not sleep with it. Avoid wearing a smartwatch to sleep. God forbid I ever have to have one. My mom had to have a little pacemaker thing for a while there. Um, okay. Anyone in chat have a pacemaker? I mean, implanted or whatever? Or not implanted? Okay, whenever you look up various health things, make sure you look at various sources to see how accurate your, excuse me, now I'm belching from that soda, how accurate your prognosis is. I'm belching live. I mean, I'm not belching, I'm slash burping slash belching just quietly from the soda. My headache's going away. This is great. My neck's feeling a little better. I picked up some Motrin the other day. Wait, you said yes? You have a pacemaker, Mary Jane? Or maybe you're saying yes to something else. What are you little kitties doing? Are you doing meows? Okay, I'm going to turn this around and film Tulip for a minute. No burping during the live, please. Megan, no burping during the live, please. Thanks, management. You're so funny. Good to see you, ADHD. You always make me laugh. No, no, no. Okay, you don't have a pacemaker. All right, here's Soots. Soots doing cleans. This is how I talk to them. I'm like, are you doing cleans? Are you doing meows? Look at this. Look at Soots. Oh, you're agreeing with ADHD. Okay, here we go. You're so methodical. Look at that leg. All that orange. There's white stripes in there too. You just can't see them from Daddy Kitty. Let's see the stripes. Tulips. Tulips. Come here, pretty baby. Pretty baby. What? Soots wants in my room now. Mama wants to check out her babies. All right. Come on in, check out your babies. This cat's like, wait, I'm the queen of the hill here. Is that the cutest? Look how cute. All right. Where are the other kitties? You guys like my kitty cat blanket? Of course, it's on the floor like a rug. Sunshine, you're getting a little bit roly-poly belly there, just a little. There's Mama Kitty. Mommers. Mommer Kitty and that's Soots. Don't jump up there. That's just water. Oh, Lordster. Come on now. No. Psst. You little dinkerbots. Oh, I know what's funny. Watch. Watch this, you guys. When Mama Kitty scratches the mirror. She does it every time she comes in. She's going to do it in a minute. Look how big Sunshine is. Are you making biscuits? People love the kittens. Got to show off the kittens just a little bit here. Come I'm going to scratch on the thing a little, or see if she... We got Rain. This cat, supposed to be a boy, but she had Rain, Sunshine, and Tulip 2 years ago. Yeah, aren't they funny? Come on, go scratch on the thing. Do your guys' cats do that? Like really fast? Last time she was doing it, I was hoping... Come here. Come on. Got my monkey PJs, monkey sock onesies. Hi, Sunshine. Sunshine looks a little bit like Gumpy Cat. Just a little bit. Just a little Gumpy. Come on. Well, so tomorrow I'm going to the store. Come here. There we go. There we go. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Here you go. Oh, fiddlesticks. I was hoping she'd be like both hands going really fast. I mean, both paws. Come here. Come here. Can I train you? Can I train you? Do both really fast. It's funny. Oh dear. Anyway, prayers for that whole Guthrie family. How sad. Come here. Maybe if I sit over here. Come here. Is this a shenanigan, you guys? My show's called Megan's Shenanigans. Am I doing a shenanigan? Will you guys see my Virginia Beach stickers? Lobster or crab, I mean. Come on. Come on. Fiddlesticks. Come here. Here she comes. Here she comes. Honey. Oh, good grief. As soon as I turn this thing off, she'll stop. She'll start. Rain! And that's Rain. This one right here is pretty much Shaylin's favorite. She's always in her lap. She's got the little golden specks like her daddy, but she's got a lot of black. Did you hear about Bernie Shell? Hi, Creative Cats. I know you meant Ernie Shell. Yes, and whose program was it on? Somebody's program. Oops, what's going on? Oh, I was covering the camera. Somebody's program was talking about it, showing a clip or something, and And then of course, oh, I know, Artsy Artsy the Ninja something. And oh, don't knock over my soda. Pretty please. Oof, that was close. And he doesn't do drugs, you guys. I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't do METH like people are trying to say. It's probably an episodic psychosis kind of thing, because he has PTSD, CPTSD. He has chronic post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, that's what he said, and I believe him. And when you think about everything he's seen and been through and witnessed and been a part of, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Clear back to his childhood. I don't think it is. He's a guy that drinks those drinks to, buff up and to feel good. He isn't just going to turn around and do some weird drug. I just don't believe it. I would literally have to see it. Rain is hanging from my pajamas. Okay, he's down now though. So what is Creative Cat? What do you think, Creative Cat? Okay, why isn't the chat coming up? Fiddlesticks, why can't I get the chat in? What do you think, Creative Cat? And I'm not trying to just dismiss you, Mary Jane, or anything like that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I know how much he talks about health and how he wants to be strong, and I don't think he's ever put that poison in his body. That girl says he had the METH in his system. Can you guys not write the whole word out? And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and remove that comment. That's the only reason, is the word METH was written out. It's definitely sad, whatever it is. Let me see if the word METH is in here. Okay, this one. I don't know, like what words can be allowed in here. Yeah. So all I'm doing is removing messages that have that. I think he is having a mental breakdown, and it's heartbreaking to see. Yeah, because his voice gets sort of softer and changes. When everybody did that highway, they call it the highway run. You know what? Shame on you creators out there that picked on him. I watched the entire thing. He was walking in heat. Somebody approached him and said, "Do you need some help?" And or did he go up to the guy? Went up to some guy and said, "Oh, can I use your phone to call 911?" And then the guy wanted to instead, and he said no. And he said, "No, really, I'll help you." It was a total stranger down south somewhere. And then Ernie's running away from him. It was real. It was something else. And I was, and that was way back. That I wasn't a tiger then for a while or anything. I wasn't. In fact, I don't even think I was a turtle. I was just here in my apartment, and I watched that. And was looking at the chat, and people were trying to get a hold of him, and he wouldn't answer his phone, or he didn't hear it, or I didn't hear any ring, or I mean any sound, so maybe he had it off. How did that thing end? I think he just stopped filming. Then there was the time when this one was really alarming. Did you guys see the one where he was literally walking? I mean, it's just too graphic and too sad to be like made up for clicks or views. He had one shoe on. His socks were dirty, or at least the one, he didn't have his shoe on. He was walking through this store where you can also buy stuff to eat. And this was a different time. And he was filming, and he was extremely out of it. And it was really sad. So I've seen both of those. But people that judge like that about mental issues, karma's a bitch. I mean, I'm just going to say it. And unless you deal with family or even a friend that has mental issues, you have no idea. I mean, it's sickness in the brain. I mean, think about it. If just not everything we see is necessarily drug induced or pill induced, people make little insinuations now and then to me. It doesn't bother me at all, but they're, oh, what's this pill popping granny doing? Are you kidding me? But it's whatever. Or folks, you better stop doing drugs or you'll end up like this, meaning me and everything. And so, I mean, I'm not mentally ill, but I do have some depression and I do have anxiety, and that's why I'm on my Zoloft. I still call it that. I don't really call it sertraline. I mean, or is Zoloft the generic name and sertraline is the real name? But anyway, but yeah, I mean, thank God I don't have any bipolar or ADHD. I mean, I really just don't. And but people do. They have their wiring in their brain isn't connecting right or whatever, and the brains can be sick. And then also from accidents. My son was really little, and I've said this story before. I think it has something to do with the ADHD he had, ADHD. Like, ADHD is in the chat. I don't know if he has ADHD, but my son was diagnosed with a severe ADHD when he was 5. We went to a specialist. But you're giving me a hug after saying that. But we were walking through Rite Aid, and he took off running a little bit ahead of us and went around. Well, anyway, right smack here, he hit on the corner of a silver, it wasn't steel, it wasn't plastic, metal, but kind of a light metal, okay, not like a steel metal. Anyway, platform thing that didn't have any things on it and didn't have any rubber around the side or anything. And I mean, it was just an accident. But he just went boom. And there wasn't blood pouring down or anything, but there was a literal little hole here for a while. And we had to take him to the doctor and check for concussion and all this. But my ex sued Rite Aid And guess what he got? $200. Yeah. Now that's in the 90s. I didn't tell him to sue. I was just glad, Parker was okay, but that could have been awful. And I bring up ADHD because, right, it's in the frontal cortex area. 4 laugh emojis. The frontal cortex is where people have ADHD issues. And there's a little ganglia, which is like the size of a walnut. And if you have extra worry hormone going, and I'm not saying him hitting the corner of that thing caused this, but that's what causes OCD. And he has that severely. He was trying to enjoy an anime. I can't remember the name of it. Something with the word sun in it, because I asked him. And my daughter was watching it, he was watching it, and they were watching it with Parker's really good friend that used to live here that moved to New York. And I mean, he seemed fine and everything, but when this episode, which had, even though it's cartoon, right, cartoony Japanesey anime, there was like torture in it. And I asked him, I said, you mean like what, and he didn't want to say. And I said, well, just give me one word. And then he said, people laying on examination tables being not inspected and not dissected, but, experimented on. And I said, good grief. I said, only you know what your brain can handle and what he's going to dwell on and what he's going to put himself in that position and blah, blah, blah. So he can't watch it anymore. And he's afraid his friend is going to be upset with him. And I said, your friend doesn't have these issues, When I have a negative or bad thought, I can just dismiss it. I can just dismiss it. People with obsessive compulsiveness, lots of people have that, but I read it becomes, when it's a disorder, that's because it's affecting your life. Typo faux show. Music, movies, and chill is here. Hi. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love this sweater. This is the world's largest straw. You try to replace your negative thoughts with positive ones. I've told him that before too. And even in counseling, I know it's such a long straw. Even in counseling, he learned about, what's intent? And, intent is different than just thought. And I was in with him with all, he wanted me there in his therapy sessions. And he's been to that a lot, and he had him on the phone for 2 years, but he was told to distract himself and just like move his eyes over to a box of Kleenex, in the guy's office or something, and focus on that for a while. I mean, it's just not that easy. But the med he's on takes that edge off, that racing thoughts, and they're not quite as bad. But he wasn't doing that well last night. He said, I think I'm going to have a full-fledged panic attack. And I just calmly said, well, I don't think you will, because the last one you had was 6 years ago. So I remind him of that, and then he's kind of okay, and then I try to talk to him a little bit, but then he wants to talk about the negative, and that reinforces it in your brain. And even his therapist said, don't dwell and verbalize it too much, because then it becomes more real, or it becomes more scary. Intrusive thoughts can be anything. Anything, just the thought of wanting to hurt hurt your pet you love. You know, well, I know that he loves the animals and he's just fine. Where's Martine with the T? Yeah, I wonder where he is. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll just share this because a lot of you know that Maria G's daughter had a cyst on her lower back and it got infected, and she literally had sepsis for a while and had to be on antibiotics. She's been in pain for 3 months and she couldn't figure out what was hurting her down there again, like bad. Like she said it felt like during surgery they left something in there that bad. So she told me that they had ultrasound done down there, and it's yeah, it's scar tissue, bumpy scar tissue. But what's hurting her is the crystallized. It's crystallizing inside there. So the poor thing, probably hurts to sit. I mean, she's only, what is she, 16 now? And she's been through a lot in her life already, as Maria G has shared, and I feel so bad for her. She kind of looks like my daughter, brown hair, you know, some freckles. I mean, my daughter's 21 and she's 16, but and then her daughter's name, I don't think I'm doxing because she said it before. Charlene is a little bit kind of sounding like Shaylin, just a little. So, I thanked her for keeping me up to date, and we need continued prayers because it's taking a long time where that cyst was removed for it to fully heal. And then even some of the people at the hospital there in the UK, the nurses and stuff were like, oh, it's in her head, right? She's, this kind of thing. And she's crying at the hospital. Yeah. Yeah, Maria G, if you see this. Or she also said that she's put her life on hold, kind of. She said that a couple of times, and she wants to get back to life. So I don't know if that means like doing some videos on her channel or what, but both of them have, equally mentally really been through it. And then Charlene, physically, feel so bad for her. Maybe I will just, I think I will. In fact, I'm gonna, when I get my spousal benefits, even though it might cost a little something to mail it, I'm gonna send her something soft and something, just something. And some people have done that. Team Rose sent her something. And I think someone else, and I can't remember who. But yeah, prayers for that poor girl. Oh, is it? Doxing is giving the full names, phone numbers, addresses. You're not doxing by just mentioning X person. Well, I wouldn't even dare say her first name if I hadn't heard like Maria G say it a lot. And hi, Kelly. I heard he got arrested again. Some people, Ernie Shell, are saying that it's, drug induced and all this. And I just, yeah, something. I mean, maybe it's $20, maybe it's 30 to send something to the UK, but she really does deserve it. I mean, she was on her side for the longest time. She couldn't lay on her back, and it's not like in the middle of her, it's way down by the tailbone area. Cyclox, or I don't know, Psy something. But yeah, so but this is the thing. I mean, also on Artsy Ninja, that lady's channel, people were saying in her chat, oh, the cops will bring him to a mental facility to get checked out first. Well, didn't they just do that? Like, don't tell me he's in jail. Sciatic nerve. Yeah. Oh, coccyx. The coccyx area. Coxcys. My mom broke her tailbone downhill skiing I think she was in her 30s. She told me. But okay, so as far as Ernie goes, oh, gotcha. He's going to be in more trouble because he acted up doing some really gross things while he was in custody. What? I don't know, but he's not getting it. Very sad. Well, I mean, he said it on his live once. I won't say what it is, but it starts with the letter H, and he was supposed to take that for, not psychosis, but something. Maybe it was psychosis. And he took it for a little while. He said he did on his lives, and then he didn't. And maybe he's the kind of person that just kind of like my son, you just, if something's working for you, don't change it. That's what my son's psychiatrists say all the time. Because he'll be like, I can go down on a little bit of this, or I need a little more, or so he went to a mental place. So what do you mean he was acting up? It seemed like they were really gentle with him. They got him some pink lemonade or something from the fridge. And I didn't see them lead him out of the house or anything. The video that Artsy Ninja person was showing ended. So are you guys telling me he had to be restrained or something, or what? It's really sad. But I mean, unless he really hurt someone, did he hurt a cop or something? I don't get it. Oh God, really? He attacked an officer? You heard that? In the police report, they wrote that he was. Oh no, really? They wrote that he was going number 2 and throwing it at them. Really? So apparently that must have been while he was in custody or something, because I've heard people do that. Oh my gosh. Well, I thought he was doing better. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us. Yeah. Ernie has some type of schizoid disorder, in my opinion. It's also drug-induced, according to others, but I can't confirm anything. I think people want it to be drug-induced. That's what I think. Yeah. Schizoid affective. I mean, I'm not trying to just like throw everything on my son, but that's what his not this psychiatrist, but the one before that thinks my son has. It's very easy to have these out there. This side's longer than this side, and I don't want to cut the phrase. Do you know what I mean? is so common down there. Yeah. Got a small headache over here now. Wow. Well, yeah, let me know, you guys, what's going on. I mean, I don't talk to him on Facebook. I still have him in Messenger. I stopped going over there when that whole thing of Demetrius came up, and he didn't outright say, that Demetrius had issues like they were implying, but then other people were jumping in the chat and saying so. And I've always known, while I was friends with him, on the internet, that Demetrius was on the autism spectrum. I could tell. And yeah, I didn't, I mean, the guy's dead. He got really sick and died. I think pneumonia took him out this last time. But because he was really sick all the months before that and everything, and was kind of scared and stuff. And to find out a year later that he had passed up on Ernie's shells, which I'm fine with. I'm just fine finding out up there and it being raw and emotional, but I just didn't like the fact that people's beliefs, without any real proof, were brought up about him after he was gone. And I just don't believe it. I don't think he's a bad person like that. He's someone that didn't have any family. So if he's gonna, the little girl that lived in the home with him, she was like 8 or 10, I think, at that point, just waiting for her to get off the bus. What the hell's wrong with that? You don't have to. He looked at her like she was a sister, like he was a brother. But then all these connotations are pulled in. Oh, that's what groomers do. And I believe it. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying that's not Demetrius. He was on like the autism spectrum. And, so anyway, I was just like, I'm not going to subject myself to this negativity anymore. And I stopped going over there. And also another channel, but I won't say here whose. Because even though people say they don't want to do drama, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So, and I don't. But this poor woman, yeah, I mean, and then this is the thing. I'm just going to end with this. People are implying that maybe she said something wrong and that got her mother hurt, meaning Susanna Guthrie, or maybe I guess she covered a little bit of the Epstein files or something a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or that her job could be in direct relation to her own mom's possible passing, if it does come down to that. And I just think I guess it's possible, but to throw that out there so early, anybody, including the news, well, they have to cover everything. I get it, but can you imagine how hurtful that is? And if indeed there is a real ransom note, which, didn't you guys think that was weird that TMZ literally said they got a note? Why would they get a note? I don't believe it. It wasn't, TMZ didn't say we heard about a ransom note. No, they got a note. You look back at my news clip of it, and yeah. So I think that's why he didn't answer, because it's real speculation. The sheriff on it, so he's not going to say no, but he's not going to say yes. To get it out there fast. Okay, hold on. Hi, Sidekick. Oh, check my messenger when I get a chance, says Mary Jane Doe. I don't want to do my hair, LOL. Oh, Sidekick says Ernie has been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia as a boy. He has a speed problem. Anything that accelerates. All his history and accomplishments are made up. Oh, Lord. Well, I mean, you know, I don't believe all of what you've said here. That's just my personal opinion. But I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinions. You know, I heard that very, flamboyant man talking about him, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Demetrius was always kind, and I didn't see any evidence of anything bad. No, no. And you know, I watch for things like that. You know, him and my son talked on the phone, but they mostly played whatever that fighting game is. That military fighting game. Cat Swan. Hi, Cat. PCT, it is on arrest records under the influence of. Wow, really? Well, wow. What? He's facing 5? Oh, wait, I already read that. He's facing 5 felony charges? Wait, did I read that? Oh, good grief. Oh, you investigated it? That's what you found above. Okay. Well, I don't mean to just dismiss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of these people that is like in denial and oh, I got to be right. It's not that. It's just that I mean, I was watching him a year before I found Dolly Vision. I was watching Ernie's show before he got asked to engage in the Summer Wells thing, and he was sitting in a car, kind of investigating, and he was in a car all the time. Oh gosh. Well, yeah, yeah, you do. There's nothing wrong with seeing the best in people, but you do want to be careful. And, that's why with my son, he's like, well, I was introduced to so and so when we were gaming. I mean, it was online only, and he seemed really nice. And he said he was younger than me, 15 or something. And the way he was saying it, it was like he believed it wholeheartedly. And I'm just like, Parker, guy could have been 25 or 85 or 55, and you don't know. It doesn't matter how nice people are. They instantly go there and forget. And then when I say that, oh, yeah, I know, Mom. So, I don't know. Meeting people online anymore, it's just, I mean, it was probably unsafe clear back when I was 50 and or 51 when I met Dennis on that stupid Meet Me site. I can't believe I did that. I was so curious. And he was nice, and we went out, we stayed together for 4 years, but I was lucky. He could have been what on earth? Let's see. The officers were slipping and sliding. Oh, gosh, you guys. You know, how embarrassing for him, because all those people that have hated that man, it's like a love-hate relationship. I'm not even kidding. Constantly, men and women with him, and you guys know who you are going to have a field day with this. A heyday, a field day, especially with these details. Yeah, I'll never do it again. Never, ever. Um, you know, and it was long distance, you know, he's all the way nearly in Seattle, but, you know, he was willing to make the trips. But I also knew his little girls, they liked me. They liked me a lot. And the mother wasn't in the picture. They were young, 3 and 5. And I didn't want to lead them on. I only saw them one time when I went there and visited, and the mother was still trying to get her kids back, but she had neglected them and this kind of thing. And I found out from Dennis that, and this isn't Darren, who I went out with for 8 years after him, this is before him, that when I was leaving his house the next morning, she took a picture of me. She took a picture of me leaving. He told me that. I'm like, great, you know, for like the courts to make it look like he's an unfit dad and having girlfriends over or something like that. But he won custody. And, you know, this is what? 3, 8, it's 11 years ago. I don't know what's going on in his life. Oh my goodness, really, Sidekick? Goodness gracious. Well, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It's really nice. And if you want to tip your hostess who's got the French bob going on, because that's what this is if you look it up. And I haven't, you know, danced or anything in the last 2 days, but how can you? With all this sadness out there. I mean, that could be anybody's mother. I mean, it really could. And the poor Choc family, CHOC, the mother, her teenage daughter, and this 2-year-old little boy missing, along with a mattress and blood in the house. And this was on, the last time they were seen was January 30th in Alabama. They're missing. They're probably, well, unless they're being held against their will somewhere, they're probably not here anymore. And it's just sad. And then that woman, you know, thinking she's gonna buy a puppy, and her friend, this 19-year-old brat, sets her up. Thank God they got caught. You know, so she gets, that woman, 40-year-old woman, gets shot, and her car lit ablaze after they poured stuff on her. And I when I first heard it, I was like, okay, they just wanted the money or something and not give her the puppy. No, it was like they were feeling that her son had something to do with a murder or something, so it was in retaliation. It's just sick. Just sick. So thanks, you guys. Yeah, hit the like. Please subscribe to me if you're willing to and you haven't. My goal is 5,000. It's a little bit of a stretch, but you know, I'm at 4,200 something, and I'm really excited because I remember when I was 3,000 for quite a while, and I wanted to get up into the 4,000s like Team Rose. I did. She knows it. We talk on Messenger. She sends me messages. She sent me one 2 days ago, and I heard it yesterday. And sometimes I do little hearts, but usually leave a voice message back. And she's doing okay, it seems. I don't know what she thinks about all the time and all of that, but I miss her. I miss her long lives, and I told her that. But I understand, you know. So thanks, you guys. Prayers to all those families out there. And oh wow, nice, Brandy. That's nice. Go ahead and put your link in chat, and anyone else that wants to, you know. Yeah. Yeah, her product reviews. Yeah, she was doing a face, I don't know, was it a mask? It looked like a peeling off mask thing. I've never done a mask. I don't know. We've got them here, cucumber and all kinds of things, but all right, you guys. So I should see you tomorrow. I'm trying to do a live every day. I have 12 members. If you're willing to be a little, is it guinea pig first and then a cat later? Yes, her crochet, her dancing, her little cakes. Yeah, she's very, not eccentric, just very free spirited. And there you go. Thank you. All right. And thanks so much. Well, it's 3 hours earlier here. I don't even know what time it is. I've had about 20 up in the out in the forest, or out in where, by the cacti or in the bushes, or yeah. And I love you guys. You're like family to me. And have a good night and be safe, and prayers for anybody that needs them. So again, yeah, it'll help me meet my threshold for next month if people sign up and be a member. I know it's a little steep, but it's what YouTube offered, the $3.99 a month. It's a little much. I wish it was $1.99. I really do. Eventually I'll change it, but then I'll lose what members I have, and money will be sent back, and maybe they won't sign up again, and I don't know really what to do with it, but it's fun. It's fun being monetized. All right, so this is Megan's Shenanigans. I am no longer a Tina anything. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. It's so neat to see you all. All right, love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye. I know how to turn it off. I just did a highlight. There we go. And prayers to Ernie Shell. Poor Ernie. God.